Okay. Hey guys, hopefully you were able to watch the video on the digital order form, or maybe you already know how to use it. But I want to show you how to use the Eblast because that's going to be essential for marketing that digital order form to your customers. So if you're on the portal, you'll just want to go up here to the top left where it says Eblast and click on that. And it should take you right to the home page here in Eblast. For those of you who have never used this before, you may see what I'm about to show you. You may have some contacts in the system from some of the, if you have used the digital order form, some of your customers will be in here and things like that, and from some of the contests the company has run in the past. But to get you started, let's just not even worry about that. We don't want it to be overwhelming. The first thing you'll want to do is put your contacts in here from the schools that you are going to on your next route. Let's just start there, start simple. So the first thing you would do is pull up the contact section up here. And you'll see, like Ronnie and I have an extensive list of contacts. This is what they'll look like when they're already in the system. But you can look under the contacts tab. You can sort things by location, distribution lists, which are essentially your routes. But we're going to start out with you being brand new. Let's say you don't have those contacts. This is how you would enter them. Let's say you're going out on your route tomorrow. You need to today spend time, call the contact people at your schools or locations, get their email addresses. You're going to put them in the system here, and you're going to send them that first email and say, hey, we're doing things virtual this year. I'm going to send you an email. When I send it to you, would you please pass it on to the staff at the school for me? That's going to be key and why you want to do this in the first place. So get that contact's email. You go right over here to the right, add contact. This is a really simple system. It says add to location. This is important. You click on that, it's going to show all the locations that are in your system here. Some you may go to, some you don't, but it's got them all. If you start typing, it'll pull them up, whatever, in alphabetical order of what you're typing. But let's say you have a school like this, like Benjamin Bossy, but all you can remember is Bossy High School. If you start to type Bossy, it's not going to pull up the right school. So if you need to, you can go right in the search box and search by a word, and it'll pull up all the schools that have that word in the name. So that can keep it really simple for you too, especially if you have a big list of schools in your system. So you would pick the account, then you would simply type in your contact's email address right here in this section. Then you'd put their first name, last name. I don't personally use the address section. I'll put notes at the bottom, maybe about, if it's a librarian or a principal or the secretary. But the key information is to put the name of the account, the email, and their first and last name. And then after that, all you do is click save, and it would take you right back to this page. So you've got your contact in, we've got a list of contacts. Do that for each of your locations. The next thing you'll want to do is go right over to a distribution list. Now you've got to create that route. It's kind of like the contacts page. Click add distribution list. You can see we've got some in here with the number of recipients. That's how many emails I have linked to those accounts. We're going to start by clicking that button, and we're going to create a location name, which is essentially your route name. So let's say I'm going to use that Bossy High School route and just say that area is where I'm going. You give your route a name. You can put a description in there if you want to list some of the schools so that if you see that route name, hey, yeah, that's right. That's that route with these schools on it. Any other notes you want to put in there, and then you would just click save. Really simple. So here you can see I've got the Bossy High School route. I don't have any recipients in there yet. I just created this route. Now I want to add people to it. So I just click add and remove over here on the right. Okay, so it takes you to this page. I can see contacts, that I've added into my system. I can look by location. I can search for a name here, search in locations, or I can search in contacts, whichever tab I click on. This system makes it really simple for you to find the information you need to find. But once you decide, okay, yeah, these are some places I want to add, you can see the little button on the right here. All you have to do is click on that. I'm going to go to some that I know that I service here so we can get some emails in the system. You just click add and it will add them right over here on the right into the route. And if you want to remove them, it's pretty simple too. You would just click remove. If you're like, oops, I made a mistake. I added the wrong one. That's all you do to take it back off. So we're going to add some in here that I know we service so we can get some emails in the system. And then I'll show you what that looks like. So here we've got 4 places on this route. We click done. Boom. There we've got the route. We've got the locations that are in that route down at the bottom, and then you can see we have several different contacts at those places. Teachers, staff, secretaries, people who have ordered on the digital order form. So now this route has got all the locations in it that we service on that route, along with anyone, any person, any teacher, secretary, staff that is tied to that school, whether we entered them in or whether the person ordered on the digital order form. If they ordered on the digital order form, that's the beauty of this system. Their name and email information all goes into Eblast automatically. You don't have to add those manually. It's beautiful. That is part of how we have built up this system. So remember that. That's part of what makes this system simple too. Once you've got that done, you just click hit done. And it goes back to your distribution list. You've got your contact in there. You've got your routes that you're making. You know, you've created your first one. Now you want to send that email. So you would go up here to the left and click new. It'll take you back. This is the home page you come to in the first place. There are a lot of different email templates you can use in the system here. Ronnie and I have always chosen personally with our first email that we send out at a school to announce, hey, you know, it's going live, we're coming with a display. We've always chosen the cycle video. You don't have to choose that. There's some stuff in here about COVID-19, you know, or maybe you were marketing my store or you want to market a certain product. There's all kinds of stuff, and you can see they're, you know, organized by spring 20, if you go down, fall 19, on and on. There are a lot of different options, but I'm going to take you to an email that actually Ronnie and I have used in the past, and we may have to adjust that for going all virtual, but this will kind of give you an idea of how this works. So it will save your emails in the system that you have sent. So I'm going to go down here to one that we used in the spring. So we've got an email with a video. I have already sent this email out, so it looks a little bit different. I'm going to click duplicate email. And this is what it would actually look like if you were creating a new email. I've put information in here, so I'm going to show you how to do that, but this will give you an idea of a good email that has always worked for us, that really brought in a lot of orders when we would first send this out. So the video would showcase the product. It would link, you know, to the YouTube video. They could click up here and link to the digital order form, which is awesome. That's where we want them to go in the first place. And it gives our setup day, delivery day, lets them know they can pay by credit card or PayPal, you know, on order.collectivegoods.com, gives our information. Another key important part of that is letting them know what time your digital order form closes. We don't want them to link to it and get frustrated because it's not working because we didn't tell them what time it closed. So make sure you put that in your email. And then at the bottom here, you can pick different pictures for different product that you want to maybe market. The company does a really great job of putting a lot of the product pictures on here for you. So you can go through and choose that as you see fit for what you want to market. And you get to do each one of those individually. So, but to actually create this email, it'll automatically have in here the from email as your email address. Then you would put in the description just by clicking that little box there, email description. And this is a copy, so I'm going to erase that. But Ronnie and I would always put the route first, and then what cycle we're actually advertising on this email. So that's what that information is, because the email description is just for us to look at later, so we know where that email went. And then you would just click update. Subject, just click on that. Ronnie and I have always chosen something that would have our name usually first, so they would see it was from us, something that would catch them. It's, you know, we're coming today, check out the new goodies. We just tried to make it fun, let them know, hey, we're gonna be there today. But you have the opportunity to put whatever you want in there. Then your recipients. This is how you choose who you want this email to go to, and why setting up your routes makes it so simple. So you can see, you can search by contacts here, you know, type in whatever person's name. You can search by locations, you know, to add by location. But the easiest way, if you're doing your entire route, is simply to search by the list. And then in this example, we sent it out to Du Bois 1, that particular route. And I did have some little notes in there about what route that was. But this will carry over all of the schools you have on that route, which means all of the people linked to all of those schools on that route. So it's a really easy way to add everyone at one time instead of having to go through and add contact by contact or location by location. If you have your route set up, this is the easiest way to do it. So, and to add someone, you simply click add, and oops, wrong one, click remove to remove. And then once you've got everybody over there that you want, whatever route that is, you click done. And we're almost done here. If you're setting up this email and you don't want to send it right now, because you can send now, you simply can click schedule and then schedule it for whatever time you want it to go out and whatever day you want it to go out. So if I were setting up this email, I usually set it up the night before we would go out to set up a display. So if I was going to set it up, I would set it up for tomorrow morning. And then I set it up for 7 a.m. our time, but I want you to know this is the system's actually set on Mountain Time. So you would want to set it up, in my case, because I'm on Eastern, set it up for 5 a.m., which means it would go out at 7 a.m. our time. I like that because it gets there in the teacher's email system where, you know, they're probably up and around, maybe at school already checking their emails, but it's also not too early where it's so far down in their email list from all the emails they got the day before that haven't been checked. We want to be right in there where it's kind of one of the first ones they see. So that's why we chose 7 a.m. It seems to work really good for us. We get a lot of orders before we would even get there with the display. So you get that all set up, your email's ready to go, you've got all your information, and note, if you have already sent this email once, to resend it, you can do what I did. You don't have to change a lot in the email. You can just, you know, bring that same email up again, change the dates in there, maybe change some pictures if you're running out of something, and then where it's going. So you don't have to rewrite the email every time. You can just use it over and over again. But if you want to see, you know, a test message of it to see what it looks like, you can click send test message, type in your email, send email, and it'll send you a quick email and you can kind of review it, make sure everything looks good, it's laid out how you want it to be laid out, and then come back in here and send it out to your customers. If you're going to schedule it, you just hit send scheduled, and it'll, you know, save it and send it when you want. So that is how you send your initial email. I want to touch base on, I'm going to close this out, how important it is that you send that out to get them ordering, let them know the event is live. But the next most important email that you must remember to send out, and you can schedule it right after you schedule that initial email, that is your delivery reminder. This is one that Ronnie and I have used that we know is successful. There's another one in the system that's very similar that says, I think, the last day of sale. But it's important that you send this out to let them know, hey, the sale's almost over, get your orders in. We usually send this at 7 a.m. The last day of the sale. Again, we like that 7 a.m. time frame, but we make note, hey, this is our delivery reminder. We tell people, hey, it's your last day to order, get it in by 10 o'clock tonight, because that's when we were closing our sale. again, it's very important to let them know that it's going to this particular route. Here's when it was getting sent out. Again, we put down here right in the body of the email, order online by 10 p.m. Here's, you know, on this day, delivery date is the next day. Here's your 3 ways to order, you know, 10 p.m. And then we highlight 3 more products. I just can't stress enough how important this email is. There have been times when I have forgotten this, or there was a glitch in the system and it didn't go out, and there was a significant decrease in the amount of orders we would get that last day. So it is really essential. Schedule it right when you do your initial email so that you don't forget, you don't have to worry about it, or remember the day before delivery day to send this out. It's going to be key, especially if we're doing, you know, virtual only. These emails are going to need to be adjusted a little bit to reflect that. But essentially the idea is, hey, don't forget to get your order in, get this out. It's really important. Those 2 emails are key. Initial email, time is running out email. Don't forget them. You know, managers are here to help. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you show them real quick on the original how easy it is to attach images or change images on the email at the bottom?
Yeah. Let me pull this original one up here. So let me duplicate this too. So this is what it looks like. You know, things would be blank. You would have to fill in, but right at the bottom, you would just actually click, it'll say select an image, and you simply click in the box, and I can do it now. And then let's say you wanted to market this Instant Pot, you click it and there it is. Just like that, you can change these to reflect. If you have a lot of something in your inventory and you really want to market that particular item, you just click on it and change it. And most emails have this at the bottom. There are a few that don't, but most of them do have places for pictures at the bottom.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully this will help you guys to get started. Like I said, try and keep it simple at the beginning. Those 2 emails, if you have emails in the system and you don't know what to do with them yet, focus on getting your contacts emails. Those are the emails you need to start with. We can deal with the rest later. Like, if you don't want it to be overwhelming, let's start simple. Get your contacts emails. Make sure they're forwarding that email out so you can get sales. Isn't that what we want in the end? Sales. So hope this helps, guys. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Heather, so much for the help. And please remember, everybody, getting through this fall, which is so different we've ever seen. These are really the digital order form and the Eblast are going to be your 2 biggest tools to help us get through the fall and maximize our fall sales. And again, to hit Heather's point again, if you've used the DOF and have never looked at the Eblast system, you have contacts in there. You do. So go in there, take a look at them. And again, please let us know if you have any questions at all, and we'll help you guide through and get your Eblast set up. And thank you again, Heather.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.